Against ByuN against Rogue. Yes. Been really looking forward to see more of this guy's games. Been a fan, to say, since he was before his rise, actually, when he was still playing, when he was just a regular guy on Green Wings, Junior Green Wings, right? So he was one of those people who had a lot of potential but didn't really have a breakthrough yet, and then he got, like, I think, very good runs in Pro League, and people were like noticing him, and he was like, alright, I'm training so hard, I really wanna become better and better every season. I'm just like, I'm training so hard that I become better every time. And then he made those round of 4 appearances in GSL. And that's where he really started to find his peak. And then eventually he won his first tournament, and then it, like, the dam break loose, the river started to flow, and he just started to win tournaments after tournaments. He had some bad performances, really bad performance in between. It's not like he's like Mr. Omnipotent. He's not like as a dominant force like someone like Cyril or someone like Clem, for example. You know, someone like Reina even. Even though Reina really never had the super dominant... This is misplaced, right? I'm not making this up. This is misplaced. So he's just abandoning the war. He has to finish this up with 3 depots. Another one. I mean, if Rogue sees this, he's like, what? And Rogue is already saying, like, hey, this map, it has gold bases. Why don't I grow into the area where those are gonna be my natural next bases? And that's exactly what he's doing here, opening up the path already for himself to sneak down a drone if he wants to. And of course he's gonna have some links here in the north to try and push back the Reaper. He's actually gonna send a few to be aggressive on the map. That drone is a little bit under threat, but I think he's gonna get it down here. There we go. No issue for Rogue. Now links are across the map. There's a Marine. He's standing in the gap. Oh, I would have loved to see a face camera now. I was like, what? What's that? I wonder if he sends a message now. Hey ByuN, your wall is kind of open. Rogue was also one of the first players to abuse the Nidist swarm host when it was still new, and just utilized the new swarm host basically after it changed in Legacy of the Void. Like, no one was using swarm host. Everyone was playing swarm host in Heart of the Swarm, of course, and then no one was playing them because you actively needed to use them. And he was like, alright, you can make Nidus here, you can just pop out the swarmers, and then you can just fly over, because this thing can fly, and then you can just kill bases. And people are like, what? This is actually really powerful. I can't remember the name of the map though, but there was like a map where, a 4-player map in... Can't even remember the term. It was a Korean tournament, Pro League or GSL, and there was like a spot, there were like 2 ways, small ramp ways, where you could make like a Nidus, and you could just fly over units into their natural and third base, and it was really easy to kill and really hard to defend. It was insane, and you could just poke from both sides. Now Rogue is gonna completely mine this out. I really like this decision. I think that's a smart move. Get rid of this, make this a wide ramp for all of your units to rotate through. There's nothing really you can abuse as a wall against the Terran though. I mean, except for the Hellions here in that early game. And he's already doing so. The Hellions trying to find a drone. Just a tiny bit too early on the out here. Double engineering bay here on the way for ByuN. Did he finally finish up this wall? No. So if you ever see a Lingrain by making it into the main and he tries to raise these depots, well, there's gonna be a big entryway Even the fattest link can kind of squeeze through. Now ByuN is also mining down the bottom, or mining out the bottom, so he wants to kind of set that up for himself. Now ByuN is gonna find this base, and he has a Hellion on patrol to try and get a drone. But we should see if few roaches just walk out the front. Very, very passive game. Nothing you really usually see from ByuN. I did see an Overlord getting sniped here, and the Reaper did kill a creep tumor, a very important one. A couple of roaches are finding the entryway here of those stimmed bio units. Now Rogue kind of needs to mine out the middle, not like the gold base, but he needs to mine out this wall. If he can get even a couple of those and open that path up for himself, then that's gonna be nice for him. And that queen is very lazy. The Hellion as well, by the way, it's also very lazy. He's gonna lose another Overlord, but that's not really that much damage. Not really that impactful. We do see a Baneling nest on the way here. It's about to finish up. So Roach Baneling, Infestation Pit. We could see the weirdest thing that would be Swarm Hosts, but it's not gonna happen. It's actually gonna be Hive here. +2 carapace, +1 attack here for melee is on the way. The Queen is trying to poke away at these guys here, but the Overlord is gonna tank some damage. Ooh, bites are not gonna connect. Baneling speed on the way here. And now this is actually an issue with this wall. ByuN mined out this whole path. And he's gonna set up another wall with a small entry point. He's gonna also get the gold base. So both players playing this very mirrored, kind of funny to see different races playing the same way on the map. Even though this map offers a lot of opportunities for different playstyles. The drop is coming and he's gonna find the queen. And he will scout that hive. There's nothing to shoot at the medevacs, unfortunately. Where are the queens? He only has 4 queens. Okay, so he's playing this very queen-light. He's actually gonna make another hatchery. Another 2 hatcheries for macro. Oh no, one is at a base. One medevac just gets sniped here. And those queens actually moving a little bit too early out from that position, it feels like. And you need to open this up, I feel like, yeah, Rogue. You need to have a potential flank. And possibly only not only one tile, but you want to have like 3 or 5, or even the whole thing. Now ByuN is coming forward with a push, starting to clear out the creep. He has some tanks set up there in that lower area. And the creep does go away, so does the vision, but he already knew where the tanks are positioned. Now he's gonna throw down a couple of blinding clouds to completely get rid of the tank fire, and one tank here is left to try and deal with those Banes, but man, it's just not working out. Then one drop did come back to snipe another queen, but the second queen is gonna find the medevac here, so these marines trapped. Adrenaline is on the way as well. Only +1 though, and the links should definitely get the +2 melee attack and +3 carapace. That's been emphasizing a lot of unit production here. Now this is a little bit too weak of an army. You can keep on poking with the biles, but it's only 4 biles, so it's not that big of a deal. You do see Ultralisk's chitinous plating, Overlord speed on the way here. And the space in the north is getting saturated as well. ByuN going out there with a triple drop. Now Rogue is trying to spread out a little bit more vision again with the Overlords. Overlord speed is going to be quite helpful in even getting these out of danger as well. And Rogue has already an army here in the north. He's kind of anticipating this move. He does see the medevacs as well with a few links, and it's going to be an easy defense. Like, ByuN sees this, he's gonna instantly pick up again. 2-2 about to finish though. I didn't even notice, but yeah, there was +2 armor for a very long time here against no 2-2 here for ByuN, so that was why the fight looked that one-sided earlier. Now, this is gonna be different though, no +3 on the way. We do see Burrow though. That could be some landmines. Ultralisk speed for them to be faster off creep. Trying to focus down some Banes. Doesn't get all of them. But there we go. Ling run by. He could go into the main, but actually a lot of units here in the way. He's gonna try and hold position here. A lot of the SCVs do go down, but it feels like this tech was not really doing what it intended to do. By the way, +3 attack here on the way. Finally +3 armor coming in here from our Zerg player. He's gonna, again, just try to snipe the tanks, it seems like. A lot of tank production here, double tank production still, and +1 about to finish up on those. So far, ByuN is kind of not looking to be broken. I mean, that one bad fight kind of he had, but that's about it. And every engagement after that is really looking good for him. And Rogue simply doesn't seem to find a break here. Of course, the creep still needs to go away. By the way, that medevac might just die. Yeah, it dies with all the cargo. One marine kind of made it out. And Rogue, oh my god, he just walked into banelings there. There was a move command in the end. Into the banelings. Rogue is just trying to poke away at the army here from ByuN and try to open up a position, but I mean, honestly, just going for the engineering base would be nice. There's a Liberator set up over here. He's trying to open this up with an Ultralisk, but doesn't really want to lose the Ultralisk. Now he has to commit it. Bane's coming in here for the pain afterwards. He's trying to find a lot of SCVs, but there's no SCVs mining over here. Meanwhile, he's gonna kill a base now. It's gonna be cancelled here. Liberator is gonna survive for now, gets killed then just afterwards, and links to trade against tanks. That's really what you're trying to do here. As Rogue, he has a burrowed Zergling, so this base still hasn't landed, and ByuN is having issues. I mean, there's also a creep tumor. This might just be in the way. It has to be killed as well. Rogue is just freely expanding to the north in the meanwhile. He's setting up more and more bases, as you can see here. They're yet to be saturated, but it's looking quite good. A blinding cloud on the planetary, so even Lynx can get in on the action here. Oh, Banelings into those SCVs, trying to repair. The planetary just fall from the splash. Ultralisks are still in the north here, wreaking havoc on top of these tanks. They have no protection. All the buyers dealing with the roach force here in the bottom still of that fight. And ByuN did just lose a base, and this is not set up yet. He needs to set up even structures over here. I feel like Terrans need to set up more structures in front of their bases. Just against a style like this, I mean, Ultralisks are terrible against buildings. They're terrible against... like, Lynx are not great against buildings. Banelings are terrible. And you can shoot as the Terran. Now, look at that. Finally, he kites back to his buildings, and this is where he's kind of almost starting to hold. But it's just such a mess of a fight here. We do parasitic bombs coming down here as well on those medevacs. And another Ultralisk reinforcing with a bunch of Lynx. Man, that Ravager carcass really got thrown into the army there by the Ultralisk. He's like, man, you guys get out of the way. Only Lynx do remain, but they're always fine against those tanks, and Rogue's always identifying these pigs. Now he's gonna burrow another Ling down here. And he's just gonna rinse and repeat. He's buying so many units, but he has such a big economy. He has an unscathed economy in the north. He still needs to work. He's making even a few extra drones here to push himself above 80 again. This is still not landed. I mean, it's insane. We should have a look at the mining, but the game is gonna end before we can actually do that here, I'm afraid. Another push here from Rogue. Let's have a look at the efficiency. It's almost even. This is terrible news here for our Terran player. And yeah, Rogue has just been kind of abusing the fact that ByuN is playing so cramped up into this area. He's been throwing Ultralisks at him at will. That fast upgrade style. And the links being so powerful against buildings and everything. Now this has been destroyed by ByuN, but we can take a look at the income. Let me look at this. 2,400 more minerals or resources per minute. Like this is 5 minutes, so like this is 1 minute ish, or this. That's so much money. And you can see this ByuN has no way of kind of reinforcing his armies, trying to make this happen here in the south side, but there's nothing going on in the north, and Rogue is just taking base after base there. He has money for days. He's throwing all that money into the face of ByuN, and he's been trading decently enough. Still looking at a very, very comparable resources lost here. And now this is also destroyed, so I'm not sure how you want to reinforce this now against the next wave that's going to come in here in the bottom. We can already see this being produced here, set up right now. And ByuN is like, oh wait, F. Shibal. I'm not gonna be able to hold this base down here, am I? Luckily he's not gonna make a planetary here, so he can lift this. It's not gonna get killed by Banes. Can the units in the north prevent this base from dying? I don't think the answer is yes. Those single file ultralisks being mixed into these armies are actually really doing the trick here. The composition is just working out so nicely here. It's always ultras going in with links at the same time, with banes at the same time. Now, the banes are depleted in this army, so you see everything kind of getting picked apart, but this is still enough for Rogue. He's just throwing down the sledgehammer on ByuN there and really killing everything that the Terran tried to set up for himself. This was really the swarm. Very well done by Rogue. ByuN never got up into a big ghost count. He tried to go Liberator Ghost, but he never got into ghosts. He only had Liberators, but he was thrown back so many times after that, it just didn't work out. We're gonna see map 2 here in just a moment. Into the game. In the bottom left it is Rogue, in the top right it is ByuN. Rogue already scanning for proxy barracks with these overloads. I remember when this was all about the meta, where the overloads moved and where to place your barracks. Or the proxy barracks meta. That was such a long time ago though at this point. It's insane. What a rich history we do have here with this game at this point. Finally we do see a wall in here for ByuN. Even though it didn't really come to fruition or didn't play a role in the last game, still want to say that ByuN did definitely already do some mistakes there in the early game by misplacing his depot, misplacing his wall, and having no wall in there than the main base ramp. Now Reaper coming in here for the scout. The Queen shot at the Overlord there. We heard the Queen shooting and was shooting at the Overlord. He was very unsatisfied with the speed of the Overlord. This one. That was definitely a case of domestic violence. It hasn't fully recovered yet from that damage. Still need some time. But eventually it's gonna be fine again for the Overlord. The Overlord is not gonna take any permanent damage from that. Domestic violence. And there we go. All of the damage is healed up again. It's completely friendly now with the Queen again. There's no bad feelings. Nothing, no strings attached here. Alrighty. Command Center number 3. This is the stock standard meta play here from the Terrans. 3cc, Hellion, Banshee, but we don't see the Banshee. It's gonna be only Hellions from ByuN here with a faster 1-1 timing behind that. He's saying, alright, we're gonna scout around, we're gonna look for the Roach Warren, and if I don't see it, I'm not gonna go into the Banshee. There's a Roach Warren, but I doubt there's gonna be a Roach attack here from Rogue in this game. And even if there is, you can still kind of manage to hold this, even without the Banshees. Now, the lair is very late, so the the Roach speed is gonna take some time to complete. Again, there's a hole in the wall here on the top. Hiding outside of plain sight then. Just gonna drive back the Hellions. That's an ugly wall. Come on, ByuN. You can do this better. So crazy. Is he playing with one hand? Very uncharacteristic, but maybe he played with a new mouse or something. He's gonna throw down a couple of barracks. And we do have the starport now. We do have the 1-1 about to finish up here. Already has stim. There's just gonna be an infestation pit here on the way for Rogue. He's making a few roaches, but those are not gonna be for aggression. Those are basically to kind of finally push back these Hellions. 1-1 upgrades here on the way for Rogue as well. They're only halfway done though, so it's a big opportunity here right now. And he does see these not producing anything right now. This could be a little bit of an issue. I mean, he can still collect the SVs. You can see this is already... 1-1 is already completed. He has a Marine without a combat shield, by the way, in this group. One is a trader. And now he got shot. It's like, why don't you have a combat shield, bro? Gonna lose the Overseer though, that's unfortunate. +2 upgrades are being started here for ByuN. And I think this is gonna be the push timing now with the Marauders and the concussive shells. Let's see if this is gonna work out. He does have another 2 Marines inside this group. It's insane how much vision this is giving him. ByuN is just not noticing this. He's like, yeah man. Oh there, I didn't move them. They moved on their own. Just coming in with the Hellions, getting a few drones. I always like that death animation of the fiery death. But that's about it. 3 drones. A big road ravager attack actually going into ByuN. I'm not sure if that's gonna work out. We do have a hive coming up behind this, so it's not gonna be all in. But I'm not sure if you really should be doing this here as Rogue. He's trying to set up a big flank. And he's coming in, but ByuN already pre-stemmed here, already healing, pulling SCVs. He does have a good angle here for himself. The north side is gonna get picked apart very easily, and the south side has no way of winning this fight. There's just too much DPS here for those Marine medic. Yeah, man. Damn. Dismantle. Dismantle. Roach supply, inefficient supply, and it's just being reproduced. Even though the Hydra Den did just finish up, I feel like this was a timing error here by Rogue. And now he needs to max out on Roaches again, and is not gonna have Ling Hydra, for example. Trying to go into Baneling Mist now, but even Roach Hydra would have been better than just Roach max supply again. He's not even maxed. Trying to come in here, trying to defend his army. Can Rogue push this back? Seems like for now the answer might be yes. Barely. It's gonna be super close here. Medivac starting to run out of energy here. No, the answer is no. ByuN is just gonna take the win here. Very nicely done. And we do have ourselves a 3rd game to decide this one. And that's probably gonna be the last game for me tonight, but we're gonna be back tomorrow, thank God. Rogue, there we go. More games. And I'm setting up some stuff for my YouTubes. Need to overhaul a few of my YouTube channels. Make some things there. I need to cast some Brood War next week again. I'm gonna do a day of Brood War casting, maybe Monday. Which would be Sunday for everybody but me. Alright. Let's go into this game number 3 here, between the bottom left, Rogue, and in the top right, ByuN. Very fast hatchery. Now this could be a specific timing that's being targeted here by Rogue. We'll have to wait and see how this is gonna play out. On the other side, command center first. Look at that. Not the 3cc opening. At least not immediately. It's gonna be a command center into barracks. Or is he going full crazy mode and throwing down another CC? No, there's gonna be a barracks, right? Yeah, there's the barracks. Overlord going across the map here. This time not scouting for barracks, because he only had one overlord anyways. No gas for now for Rokia. Two barracks. Now 211 could be the name here of this build, and this is a build that's basically, it shouldn't be called 211, it should be called ByuN's build. Once the Reapers did kind of get nerfed into nothingness, ByuN was like, alright, let's find something else that's very sharp timing. Oh, it's 2 barracks, get stim, get 2 medevacs, and get combat shields, and then just drop 60 marines and just kill everything. And that's what he did for a long time. That's how he won that world championship, by the way. Reapers and that. Those two. Those were his builds. He's letting in a few of those links. He does not have anything to fight this. So Rogue is actually getting a delay on the factory, and this timing is starting to fall apart already. It's a nice delay here, chasing those SUVs for quite a bit. We're gonna get a very good scout here off the main base. He sees everything that's to see. Finally going into a gas himself, going into a 3rd base. Another stim here. Halfway done. There's the starport, there's the reactor, there's your 211. With the command center first, of course. Still no lair. Only a roach warren. He has the money for a lair. No link speed. Very prolonged hatchery tag, I have to say. Yeah, we're already looking at 4 minutes. And, well, can we defend this 2-1-1 push? I mean, he did scout it. He's just gonna make roaches, it seems like. Finally, we do see the lair. Like, we've seen a lot of +1 carapace builds to try and combat this. But that's not happening here. There's no +1 NG Bay with this on the way. And there's the 3rd CC, so it's gonna be 2-1-1 into a 3rd CC. Almost kills that overlord. Is he gonna use a lift? No. Doesn't seem like that's the way. He's waiting for the medevacs. They're coming in now. And he's gonna shoot the overlord and he's gonna pick up and fly. Did you see these things disappear? Now spores, queens. He's saying, don't drop me in the main, don't drop me in the main. Come at the front. Clear the creep, that's where my roaches are. And yeah, nothing's happening. Carapace is on the way, 2nd Evo Champ on the way. He's going into roach speed, no bailing nest as if he had no link speed. This has to be another roach game for now. He's going into an infestation pit already. He could go into actually swarm hosts in this game. Well, I'm not sure how effective this is on this map, the style. And against ByuN it's not really the best style, to be honest. ByuN is a good counter. Rogue's, by the way, someone who's constantly using these. Now finally he's opening up his tech a little bit. He's going into the link speed. Still going for missile attacks. He's going into Hydralisk then. He could transition eventually into a Ling Bane composition with Hydras as a support unit. Still no combat shields here on these Marines. Feels like very late. Rogue doesn't see where the army is. Obviously he's gonna hoop out a changeling here. And it successfully cloned itself into the army. Meanwhile ByuN was dropping in the north. Unfortunately timing though, just before his 1-1 finish up I think. And bye bye Marine. Fake Marine. And bye bye Overseer. Lurker then on the way here, +2 carapace. I wonder if he goes into melee upgrades here. Just go like Lurker Ling. He's already producing a bunch of Lings. +2 carapace Lings are not gonna be the best. Oh, did he finish dash or did he cancel that? He started dash and then he cancelled dash for the Hydralisk. So far again, very passive game, just like the first game. And it feels like a passive game, well that's where Rogue thrives in. Look at this, nothing really has been lost here as of yet. Oh, he finds the Lurker Morph though, that's a good timing here. Very unfortunate for Rogue. He needs to pull back and he needs to fight without Lurkers now in this first big engagement. Can he make this happen though? He should have enough units. He does have more and more Link Stream and he needs to pull some drones. Oh, can he make this happen? Is ByuN gonna take the game here? No, he's not gonna be able to do that, but he does get the +2. Ooh, carapace. So exposed, denied here. That still could be the game here at this point. We just have to wait how it's playing out though, but that could be the essential move that you needed here for ByuN. Oh my god, that medevac is so low. He's trying to move in the Spore. Meanwhile, he's pushing in the bottom here. Spore is gonna get killed. Both medevacs about to die in like one shot, and yeah, the one that had the units does get picked off. Parasitic bomb here thrown into the medevac cluster, dealing a lot of damage. Tanks are gonna get bled out here, and still a lot of drones, still a lot of supply here for Rogue. That +2, the double evo chamber that went down, no way back on that, you know, and he's not trying to bring back the evo chambers, he's not remaking those right now. And we do see 2-2 just finish up here for ByuN. I mean, if ByuN just makes another army now and goes again, what's there to stop him? I mean, Lurkers are gonna be nice, but that's about it. If he even makes Lurkers, he's finally going into these double evo chambers again here, making it the same base by the way, going into some Hydra speed. And another base in the north. A few Lurkers. No, it's moving more and more. 3 and 5 now. Sensor turret in a very interesting position here. ByuN does set up a 4th base for himself. Finally now getting into those Lurker upgrades, the Lurker speed. Vainly Nest on the way, so he's really rounding out attack at this point. The only thing he does not have is a Spire and an Ultraless Cavern, which we could see. I mean, at least the Ultraless Cavern, I'm not really... I don't think we're gonna see a Spire this game. That's a funny turret. That's really cool. A turret outpost. It's gonna be scouted though, unfortunately, so it's an easy pick here for a few links. Ooh, pew pew. Now, you don't really want to run into that forest of lurkers, and it's gonna be a Hydralisk. It's gonna take down the turret. Now Roach is single-filed here, standing there. We're just trying to clear that, getting wrecked one by one. They only have 1-1 upgrades. You cannot forget that this has been cancelled once, and that's a big deal. Now he's going for the triple evo. He made a dog area here. It's like the cage for the dog. Now the doggo walks out. It's like a dog hut he made here. This is the corner. There's like a cushion, you know, something like that for the dog to sleep. Probably some water, pet food. And he's starting to accumulate those masses of changelings and overseers. It's not that many yet. I think he's only looking at 5 or something then. Yeah, I'm only looking at 5 at this point. But this is already starting to be annoying here. It's basically the rogue version of infested Terran. You take away infested Terrans from Zerg. Ah, it's fine. I can still make changelings. For anyone who remembers the infested Terran. Now there we go. It's happening. Look at that. The double Nidus. He's doing it. Double Nidus. 25 overseers. And that's all of the bank, right? 25 overseers. And the mass Nidus play. The lurkers shoving through the Nidus and this army to try and kill everything. He's just gonna spread out some of those changelings here. And it's starting. There we go, the big army of Marines here. And ByuN is already, he's seeing this, he's like, oh yeah, Shibala. He's just letting this go. And we'll have to see where Rogue's vision is at this point, because that's gonna be where the Nidus is gonna be. Look at this, he can even block the tanks, he can block the ramp now. Just have guys over here trying to get in, he's spreading out his Marines. He does have a Nidus now going up here in the natural. He does have a Nidus going up in the north to get his lurkers in. And we still see this vision here from Rogue. It's insane. Now he can poop out a few more changelings if he wants to here at this point. Try to walk them into the armies. He's basically off. Look at this. Even the ghosts stuck here. Now the first Nidus has been thrown back. So it didn't really connect, but now he can do double Nidus. He can set up 2 locations at the same time. He's even gonna make a pathway for his mobile army right now. So potentially he could rotate the lurkers down if he needs to. The changelings did run out. Oh no, he just moved them. He's just gonna split them up. But he needs to use more, there we go. More and more changelings making it through here. And every 50 seconds there's gonna be another 23 of those goats. Now Spy is coming in here. Lurker's just walking in at the north side. You need to be a little bit careful though. We want to see another changeling here whenever that's ready. And at the same time we do have a push in the bottom, but that's not gonna work out here for Rogue. Now ByuN is gonna take a base down here. Can Rogue make this style happen on this map? There's a big swell of those changelings coming in here. Only one tank to try. There we go. He gets the vision, and that's all he needed. Now he has so many changelings. But so far, ByuN is targeting those. He's dealing with this. Rogue needs to kind of spread them out a little bit. He needs to come in from 3 angles with those changelings. He's not executing this as well as he was against Clem, for example. Just going through the middle so many times, and that's just where a thick layer of defense is, so that's just not going to work out. Now he's going to start to sacrifice a few links with this. And just try to get in the changeling so he can try to get a top and make a few... What are they called? Nidus canals. To get those lurkers in. It does have a few guys here and there. ByuN need to pee. We do see ByuN coming back. Yeah, there's only one tank in the main, so that's not gonna work out. But he does have another group of changelings coming in here everywhere. Yeah, I feel like you want to spread them out a little bit more, though, not only into the main base, but like it's a production, right? If you can kill the production, that's kind of all you need to do. And ByuN is just waiting with units in the main for the Nidus to actually come up. And meanwhile, he's just losing ground here on this base. He has been setting up this one in the bottom. It's kind of funny. ByuN has so many commands, it is insane. There's 4 planetaries, there's 10 orbitals, 2 normal CCs. There's still more space for Rogue to throw down another Nidus. He still has. And changelings here, there, and everywhere. But they're about to run out. They're about to deplete here. This is so many, by the way. It's insane. And he's just gonna let them walk in to the main. All of these orbitals are in the air. They have so many stacked up mules. He should just mule this base. Literally, he should just mule everything out this base. And get the minerals in now, so you can use them later. He has a planetary, a random planetary here. Inside the main base, to try and have less supply in the main. I like this idea, but it's so much space. My god, we're looking at what? 46 overseers at this point. It's insane. Just dropping down these changelings. I don't think he ever really lost that many lurkers. Only 5 lurkers have been killed. I really need to see a changeling thing here. How many changelings have been killed? It doesn't show up anywhere. I think we're looking at, still 10 orbitals, 5 planetaries at this point. Uh-oh, another Nidus. It only needs to get unnoticed once. He did lose a lot of Nidus canals at this point, and he's been depleting a lot of his bank. Lurker shoving in. My god, the mass of changelings is insane. Just clogging up the ramp. Vision Rogue. He is also spreading down changelings over here, and he's basically gets so much vision, it's insane. There we go, he's dropping another bunch of changelings, and he's gonna let them stand here. And now he's gonna run them into the army, so the army is gonna have a big trouble time to try and chase this one. He did kill this base. As I said earlier, you have like 100, 700 energy stacked up on these orbitals. You need to drop the mules, man. Like, it doesn't make sense. I wonder if he doesn't have them hotkeyed or something. There's still agents here. Yeah, ByuN is just trying to play this defensively, but Rogue is already thrown in drones because he doesn't want them anymore. So it's like, alright, I'm mining enough. And honestly, if he just does keep ByuN off this base and keeps on getting damage with changelings, eventually. I mean, these Nidus are basically a double-edged sword. He lost how many? 20 Nidus canals or something? Oh, it's only 9. Changing's not getting in here to the main base. Only going in with 3 ghosts. Very smart move there, my ByuN. Here we see them again. 57. Transforming into Marines. It's insane. Yeah! Yeah! He can now make a base because he still has these drones here. To make a hatchery. Meanwhile, there was a Nidus attempt. He's gonna go and use the dash and snipe that base. Now, can he kill all of these Liberators? That would be great, but it feels like the Hydras are not dealing enough DPS here to deal with all of those. And now, if ByuN unsieges these Libs and goes for these overseas, it's gonna be quick work. They do have plus... No upgrades! Oh god, they need that +3. He's finally getting into that. Ship weapons. Walk the changeling below this one. He's not doing it. I'm going into flyer weapons now, but Rogue's money is running out and ByuN's is not really moving that much. But this is kind of the last mining base here for ByuN, it seems like. This is almost mined out. It's actually a lot of gas still left in this one. And this one's about to mine out. The main is dry. The natural is dry. The space is dried up for Rogue. So this is like the most money base on the map. And ByuN is just not gonna give Rogue an engagement. He's gonna play defense. Rogue is trying to throw in these 3 units, trying to deal damage with those. The Nidus are basically double-edged sword. Now this base is still very healthy, but it's about to run dry here. Half of those patches for Rogue. So this is basically, this is all of it. Oh man, all of these overseers coming in. I think they got impede. That's one way to deal with those. And that Zerg army is not finding its value. That was an insanely good trade here for ByuN. Look at the resources lost. It's so heavily in favor of our Terran player. I feel like not going on top of the lurkers and standing the overseers still there is a little bit of a mistake here, but he will clean up this base. But ByuN is going into the north, immediately trying to get back through that Nidus. Not enough units though, only a couple lurkers, a few hydras, not enough. This big army is actually mostly overseers. Now we see a bunch of hydras coming in here as well. Coming in for the kill. Oh my god. But evacuation is done. And ByuN did manage to keep this base alive. He's back here in the south. As I said, man, you just need to drop all of your mules and you can mine this out in an instant. Now Rogue is starting to mine here. Look at that. Greedy boy. And he's gonna grab a few of those resources. Only dropping 4 mules. Definitely a mistake. You should just mine this whenever you can. And now you have control over this. So now you should drop all of your mules or half of your mules. He has so many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 full command cells. By the way, we do see another attack here so many Hydralisks, Hydra Lurker Overseer at this point here for Rogue, and he's starting to break this again. He breaks the base, he kills the SCVs, 19 SCVs left here, 40 drones. He's starting to take the base for himself. He did mine on most of the north side here. He should definitely get on this gas again. And if he can just keep this location, I mean, it's gotta be enough. If you can keep this location, it should be enough. Even like the trading looks so good for ByuN and all. Remember, Terran has to invest way more money into structures at this stage. He made so many orbitals, there's so much more money, access money, goes into those. This base is being picked off. At the same time, again, Rogue moving into the main here. And Rogue's gonna GG though. His army is getting shredded more and more. And ByuN does take this game. What an insane game between these two. 34,000 resources lost against 55,000. And this style did not work out for Rogue. I feel like he made a few mistakes with that. He didn't commit too much into the main with forces. He didn't really get on top of the production. He didn't throw down the changelings from a lot of angles. He kind of came from the same angle again and again, and it was a little bit one-dimensional how he kind of tried to play the way he did. And yeah, that's gonna be it though for me. Thank you for watching. We're gonna be back tomorrow with more StarCraft.